Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I would like to share with you my top 5 Makeup Revolution products at the moment. Now this is always subject to change because Makeup Revolution come out with new products. Well, Tan Beauty as a whole come out with new products nearly every week. And I think it's really exciting that the momentum is kept up. We all feel so much excitement about this brand because the products, especially lately, that they've been bringing out are amazing. They're phenomenal. So what I wanted to do was just share with you products at the moment that I am loving from Makeup Revolution. And yeah, I can't wait to share these with you. Now, over the last few weeks, they have brought out some phenomenal products, as I've mentioned. So, without further ado, I want to share with you my top 5, my favourites. They're not in any particular order, but I know a favourite product is, for me personally, something that I tend to grab for every single day. So, I know it's my favourite because it's in my head. I want to use it. I want to grab for that product. So that's what I want to share with you today. Products that I am grabbing, that I'm really excited about wearing. And the first product is an absolute staple in my makeup collection now. It has been around for a little while, so it's not brand new, and it is the Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade. Now, if you tend to watch a number of my videos, you will see I always list in the comments at the end, at the bottom, what makeup I'm wearing for that particular day, and you'll always see this product in there. So it's in the shade Dark Brown, and it comes in a little tub like this. I also use the definer pencil as well, just to outline my brow, but this product I could use with or without it. The only reason that I tend to use that definer pencil is that I've hardly got any brow whatsoever, and I tend to lay down that pencil base so that I know where to put this product. Now, I was really hesitant actually to try this, and you can pick this up for £6, and I picked mine up from Superdrug, but of course you can pick it up from tanbeauty.com as well as superdrug.com, and I will have all the links down below for you. I was really hesitant because I actually used the Primark brow pencil. I think it was the shade medium, but I tended to find with that it was always the shade was always changing. And also my daughter, I met up with my daughter one day. She lives near Cambridge, so we went to the Cambridge Primark store, and I happened to need another Primark eyebrow pencil. So she actually looked at me and did actually mention, I'm not sure why, but it looks a very purpley shade. So I looked at that and decided I needed to try something else. So this is what I picked up, and it looks like that. I've used a lot of this product. I love it. It also comes with, now I do have brow brushes, the proper ones, but for some reason I always use this because I do tend to find that some brow brushes are extremely thin, and I find with this one that I just put the product on and basically just go around the brow, and that is basically it. It's like 1 or 2 strokes with this brush, and it's done. And I know that it's very, I mean, to be honest, it falls to pieces because it's fell to pieces because I've used it so much, but this is the brow pencil that I like to use. I've become accustomed to using it with this product, and I know that I could probably do with trying another brush, but that's what I like. I love this product and I can't rate it enough. Another thing I found quickly is that with the Primark brow pencil, it had no staying power. So although yes, it stayed where you put it until obviously you removed your makeup, but for example, I'm always doing this with my hair, or if you accidentally brushed your brow with your finger or whatever, the brow would actually come away. That's it. It would I would end up with brows up here or wherever. This one doesn't do that. I'm not 100% sure if you really rubbed it, yes, it probably would move, but it's got some staying power. It doesn't tend to budge, and I can brush it. I can do this with my hair, and even the Primark one, and also it tends to set the brows that I do have, it does set them in place. So I know that, wherever I brush my brow, that brow is going to stay there, because although yes, my brows are very sparse, I actually haven't got any from that part on, and this part is, I mean, to be honest, I used to have extremely full brows, lovely brows, and I plucked them as a teenager, and that's it, they've disappeared. So I really do find that this product has staying power. It's not necessarily, if you're going to go like that, it will, obviously budge, but if you just accidentally touch it, or you have children and they accidentally touch it, it's not going to move across your face, is what I'm trying to say. So that is my first product that I wanted to share with you. My second, I'm actually on my second palette now, and it is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Powder Contour. I had to start a new palette because my favourite shades, I'd hit pan. In fact, I couldn't get any more out of them, so I had to move on to a new one. So it looks like this. It is in the light to medium. I really love this. I can't live without it. It is a stunning everyday palette. So basically I do my brows with the brow pomade that I shared with you, and I do my contour. And in fact, there was a point that I was not using any blush at all because I love the shade in here so much. Let me just open it up. You can see that it's a relatively new palette. So basically this is what I use as a contour shade. It is just perfect for me. It blends really well. Some contours I tend to find, or sorry, some, not a contour, but as a, I've lost my word now, not a contour, but for using here and here. I know what I want to say, I just can't remember the word. But bronzer, that's it. This is my bronzer shade that I use every day. So I put it round there, and some bronzers I tend to find that they don't blend very well. So you're left with, this brown mark here or whatever. Not with this one. It really does blend beautifully. I love it. This is the banana shade that I use on a daily basis. I do love the loose banana powder and the lace powder that has recently been introduced, but I like grabbing palettes, and I like having everything in the one palette. So that's my bronzer. This is what I set my under eye with, and I just go over this area or in this area just to set it a little bit, and my chin as well. Not too much because I don't want to really dry out my skin, but I want it to have a little bit of matteness to it, although today it always looks a little bit dewy there, just because I've got extremely oily skin, but I'm fine with that. And then the last shade that I use, and also I have used that one because, to be honest, my old palette, I actually hit pan so much I couldn't use any more, but I had a little bit more of that, so I used this shade here, which is actually very similar to the lace shade. The new loose powder. I like the banana powder, but there's a new shade lace. It's a very similar shade to that because it's neutral with a tiny hint of pink to it, and that worked well. But to be honest, I really like that at the moment for setting under the eye. And then my contour shade is this one here, and I just do a tiny little bit of contouring each side. It's quite minimal. That's all I really need and want. But this palette is, I think, £8. Unbelievable bargain. Now we move on to another product. Now this actually is a new product, and it's something that I haven't been able to put down since I received it, and it is the Makeup Revolution Soph highlighter palette. Now this in fact, actually, I was thinking to myself, do I really need another highlight palette? You know, I've got so many highlight palettes at the moment and highlight products. Do I need this? But it is amazing. I think Soph did an amazing job in not only choosing these shades, well, but just putting the palette together as a whole. I really like the design of it. I think it's simple but elegant, classy, all of those things. It works really well. You can clean it. I like the fact that Soph is there in rose gold with the little kiss, and you can see what you've got there. I really like that. I just think it's an amazing palette. Now, I have done a swatch video on this and talked more in depth about the product, but I want to just share with you why I love it. Now, I've actually, ever since I received it, and I knew that I mean, I love these warm pink tones, but this colour, or pink tones as a whole, and what I really like is not necessarily a really icy pink. I really like a pink to show on my skin. That's what I like in a highlighter. I don't necessarily like this shade particularly here. This, you know, it's a classic champagne shade, and you know, a lot of people with pale skin would really love that. But I really don't like that icy look. I like a more of a deeper highlight. I've mentioned it a lot. So I was drawn to this, and in fact, this shade here I've worn every single day. I changed it up for you today, and I'm wearing this shade here. It's like a gold tone, but when you put it on, it's not gold as in you know, over the top, but it is a really pretty colour, and it's certainly not, you know, too light for me, because I just wouldn't want to wear a light highlight. But I really like the effect. I put a little bit on my nose, and I just really love the highlight. I like the effect that it gives me, but I must admit that I just cannot, well, this is my ultimate favourite. If they brought this out in a single shade, I would be extremely happy, because that is amazing. I love it. I think it makes me look, I like pink on me, because I think it makes me look well, it makes me look quite alive, and that is what I really like. And I really like that colour. Like I say, I've tried that one today, and that's what I'm wearing. I really love it. And this palette is £8. And I also think that with these palettes, all right, you know, I do like that particular that pink shade, but if you're new to makeup and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I don't really need all these highlights, it's really nice that you're paying £1 a highlight, so you know, £8 for this palette, and you can test things out without it being too expensive. And that is why I love this brand. It's not expensive, but the quality is there. Now, the next is in fact, the next two are eyeshadow palettes, and this one is beautiful. I loved, well, as soon as I saw that they were bringing out another one of these palettes, I had to grab it, and it is the Makeup Revolution Flawless 4 Ultra Eyeshadows 32 Ultra Professional Eyeshadows. Now, the packaging looks like this, and I do love this packaging. It is very much multicoloured. You've got I mean, initially it looks like it's going to be like a metallic deep red, but then it's got pinks in it, it's got all different shades. So I love the packaging to start with, and I think it will be, I don't think this is in the store yet, but when it does become available in stores, and that is going to be very eye-catching. This palette retails for, and I think it is £8. If it is different, obviously I'll list and link it down below. What I also love, and it's very dirty, I've got fingerprints all over it, but obviously that just shows you that I use it. I really love the rose gold finish on this. I think it's spectacular. I really love the idea that they're now Makeup Revolution are keeping to this rose gold on these particular palettes. So the Flawless palettes, I really like the idea that you have that mirror. I like the idea also that you've got that sheet there, but most of all, I really love the shades in here. They are phenomenal. They're everything that I want within a palette. You've got everything in here, and I really do think that Makeup Revolution are just, well, they're coming up with some amazing ideas, palettes that, you know, I may not necessarily have gone for, perhaps if I saw this in a shop. You know, you wouldn't think that a bright pink would work with, you know, certain other colours, or perhaps I wouldn't even have gone for certain colours. But one thing I really like about the brand is that they make shades and all different shades in certain palettes, and they all work together. So you've got neutrals in here, you've got brights, you've got some beautiful, I really love these down here, you've got and also another thing is that with their original Flawless palettes, you tended to have a lot of really light shades. You know, they were still lovely palettes, the quality was still there, but I think with this one in particular, this is the best out of the 4 that they've brought out, because they've got, yes, they've still got the lighter shades, but they're also mixed in with beautiful colours. You know, there's not like just 6 here or whatever. You know, the whole palette works very well together. The quality is there, and I just, well, I mean, that palette, let me just swatch that bottom one for you. I have done a whole video on this palette and swatched everything, but what I just wanted to share with you was, you know, why I loved certain things within this brand, and it is always changing. Because Makeup Revolution bring out so many products. So I've nipped my skin there, so I've missed it. But that's the first colour, and that one is, let me get the name sheet down the right way. So the first shade is called Crimson, just beautiful. I mean, to be honest, that is everything that I want within an eyeshadow. That is my perfect colour. They're the shades that I love. And then the one beside it, the purple one, is Not Today. Just amazing. I really love this palette so much. So that one is Flawless 4, and I haven't put these in any order, but I must admit that out of all of these, this is the one that I am most excited about at the moment. Now, from Makeup Revolution. Now, it's a palette that I thought, am I going to really enjoy this? Am I going to like all the shades within it? And funnily enough, I've worn it again every single day since I've received it. It is the Makeup Revolution Soph palette. It looks like this. Now, I did actually receive this and the highlight palette for free, and why I wanted to mention that is that although yes, I received them, I wanted to also mention that I actually bought one of these as well for my daughter. And so even though yes, I've received it for free, and I really like that, and I'm so grateful and pleased, but I've also what I'm trying to say is that I've received this for free, and also I've bought one as well. So it's not that I've received it for free, so I think I've got to give, you know, a really good feedback about it. I've actually bought one as well because I loved it so much. I've given it to my daughter. She loves it. She yeah, she's just so impressed. She was so pleased with me that I actually bought her this palette. So this I really love the packaging. I can't dispose of the packaging. I think it's amazing. So I really love that, and it is something that Soph did. That was a watercolour. Not only that, I really like the packaging, just like I like this packaging. You know, it's different, but I like it. So this is rose gold, but this is the cream. It's very similar to the Camouflage concealer palette, where it's matte, but it's plastic. It's got Soph there in the rose gold, and again, like I say, I've done an in-depth video about this, but I really want to just say why I like these products. So again, you get a full size mirror along with the name sheet, but the colours in here are so different, so unusual. I mean, like with the Flawless 4, there's a lot of, you know, red tones, which is what I love, and the pink tones. But what Soph has done with this palette is she's intermixed, you know, brights with neutrals, with, I really like as well this little section here where you've got this beautiful colour, and it's like a peacock blue, but it's actually a duochrome because it is like the MAC blue brown pigment. So you've got like a turquoise, but then it goes into a brown. I really like the I mean, I've said it before, I love the concept, I love the colours, I think the shades are beautiful together, I love the name sheet, I love the pops of colour that she's got there, I love the fact that you've got the orange tones there, I love the fact that you've got this here, which is what I am using as my, like my first shade. So I'm popping one shade on first, and it's always from this quad. And I really love the names that she's chosen. You've got cup of tea, you've got penguin, pancakes, pumpkin, pine tree, pug, rosewood, mug cake, just to name but a few. And I really like the idea that that black is called Nightmare. I just think, and I really love strawberry sweets as well, but every shade that I've used, and I've actually got this palette on today, I cannot stop using it. And I've got a mixture of iced coffee and peaches. So I mixed these two because what I wanted to do, I didn't want to put too much on my eye, but I just wanted a nice wash of colour. So I've got this one and mixed it with that one. And then I've just added that onto the lid, and I've deepened it up slightly with tiramisu, which I absolutely love. So tiramisu there. And then I've also got a mixture of the iced coffee and peaches underneath. And then I wanted to do something a little bit different, and this is one of my favourite shimmer shades in the palette, and it's called a Festive Flame, and it's this one here, and I just put that underneath just so that it catches the light. So I wanted that pop of colour. But this palette is just amazing. I cannot wait to use this colour here, which is called Petrol. I'm trying to get the light right. So Petrol. This one here is, now I know, yeah, Pine Tree. I really love that. I love, well, to be honest, I love the whole palette. So I was initially quite worried, you know, was I going to, or concerned, was I going to like this palette? But actually, I don't think any pictures or anything on any pictures so far, or that, you know, things like that, does this palette justice, because in real life it is phenomenal. Now, I have seen on Instagram that I know this one is sold out at the moment. I'm not surprised, because it is so good, and it is £10, which is an absolute steal for the amount of shades that you're getting in here. You're getting 24 shades, yeah, 24 shades for £10, which is amazing. So yeah, this is definitely, yeah, like I say, it's definitely coming back into stock, and it should be in stock this week. So if you would like this, it is definitely coming back to Tam Beauty, and yeah, just something that is definitely a must-have. I think a must-have palette, definitely this one. I can't rave about it enough. Sophie's done an absolutely amazing job. So those are my top 5 Makeup Revolution products. They're products that I'm grabbing for on a daily basis. And even though I've had problems with my eyes, again, I'm still grabbing for the Soph palette to give me that pop of colour and make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, I'm loving all of these items, and I can't wait to share with you more of my favourites. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you found that helpful. Obviously, I'd love it if you commented down below. Tell me what your favourite product is from Makeup Revolution, your top one, you know, your top product. I would love to hear what everybody else is loving out there. So yeah, and obviously I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to watch further videos and tutorials. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, thank you. Bye.